Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Bree. Hi if you're new here, or hey if you've been here before. Today is just a little bit over the beginning of October, and as I've been made aware in this community that apparently announcing Preptober plans and your NaNoWriMo projects is a thing, and I am just behind on the times, so I decided I don't want to be left out. And I'm going to talk about my Preptober / NaNoWriMo project plans, even though I feel like I'm going to be extremely boring, very quick and succinct, and this is going to be just a really weird short video for you all. But I'm going to make it anyway, and I hope you guys enjoy it, and we can talk down in the comments about our Preptober plans. So let's just jump into it. So first and foremost, with Preptober, it's one of the reasons I was having a hard time wondering if I was going to make this video or not, and deciding that should I make it, should I post it, etc., was because with Preptober, I don't really prepare for NaNoWriMo in the traditional sense. I usually sit on novels and ideas and kind of start working them through my head quite often and sometimes early. However, I don't really write things out until I'm starting to write the actual novel. So I'm a plancer. It really comes down to it. Or I don't completely pants projects. I have a little bit of an idea, but I'm not a plotter either. Wow. Say that 5 times fast, please. So with this coming November, I actually had a few ideas of what I wanted to work on. And I think I'm going with one idea that I didn't even have in the contending area until recently. Maybe back in like August I started thinking about it more. So anyway, I'm getting like all out of sorts. So let's go back to Preptober. So with Preptober, because I'm more of a plancer that's leaning towards pantser, I'm not really going to sit down and world build and devise my characters and do all of that work beforehand. So for Preptober, I may take some time to jot down notes if they come to me, but really I'm just going to be focusing on my edits for my current project, which is the Prophecy Project, my adult fantasy novel. I'm going to be doing that most of October. Ideally, I would love to have my edits done, my first round edits done by October 31st. I don't know if that's going to happen, but we're going to try. Because come November, I am going to start a new novel completely from the ground up. My goal for NaNoWriMo is going to be 50,000 words as per normal. And I'm assuming it's probably going to be over 50,000 words by like the end of the actual novel. But we're going to try to work towards 50,000 and just see where we can get. So that's really Preptober. I got nothing exciting. I'm really sorry. I give all the people who can plot and sit down and prepare their projects all the credit in the world, because I understand how that can take some time away from the actual... It could take some of the longer time away if you plan it in advance, but my brain just doesn't work like that. I just need to jump right in. So Preptober is mostly just going to be me probably talking about the current project I'm on and not what I'm actually going to work on. But for NaNoWriMo, which I guess here we have my NaNoWriMo announcement. Yes, I'm participating and I'm going to be doing an adult satire fantasy. So I'm really excited to work on this project. The reason I picked it over all of the other projects that I have been toying around with is because I just want something light and fun to work on. And especially with this year, I think, not that my brain is always dark and grim, but because everything has been going on, I just wanted a fun project that I can just give my all to and not worry about it being fantastic or, you know, worthwhile in the end. But I wanted something for me, and this is going to be one of those projects that it's for me. So the reason that it's a satire is because my intention with this book is going to play on the chosen one trope. I'm going to be writing a novel where the person that was actually predicted to be the chosen one ends up not being the chosen one, and the chosen one is actually like a brat that no one likes. And I wanted to kind of play around with those ideas of, you know, what happens if like people don't like the chosen one, or what if the chosen one isn't good at being chosen, and what happens in that whole regard. So that's why I kind of, like I said, it's more of a satire, and I want it to be somewhat funny, and I want it to just be a fun time. So that's what I'm going to be working on for November. So some fun facts about this particular project. One, this is going to be the first book project that I'm working on that's going to be only one point of view in the third person. The other books that I've written so far are multiple POVs, with the exception of the contemporary I wrote, which was first person point of view. So this is going to be my first time I'm just going to be writing one person in a third person point of view. It is crazy because I've been writing for so long, and yet I never seem to want to do one perspective on things in the fantasy world. So I think that's going to be a fun new challenge that I am just going to see how it rolls. I also think too, because when you have multiple characters, especially in fantasy, I feel like the content is always fresh and exciting because you're switching back and forth. And sometimes when you're having one point of view in a fantasy, it can almost like you want sometimes, at least for me, as a reader, I always want to know what's going on in other people's brains. But I also appreciate when you're able to do just one point of view and it works out really well and you're still able to capture that excitement and that fantasy essence. The second fun fact that I have is that this novel is going to fully be my first project that I know I'm going into it as an adult novel. The reason I say that is because my other two books that I've worked on both started out as young adult. But as I continued to grow as a writer and really understood what I wanted to write, they ended up morphing into adult fantasy novels. Possibly with crossover potential, but more so with the themes and the larger picture and the world building, I wanted that more to be adult. So this is the first novel that I'm going into where I'm like, it's going to be adult, baby. So I'm really excited for that. And the third fun fact that I will share is even though it's going to be an adult novel, because it's a chosen one trope, and you see the chosen one trope often in young adult, my inspirations for this kind of come from classic young adult staples. So far, I have an idea that is very much similar to a factor in the Disney Hercules movie. I also have some Sword in the Stone vibes, and I think just because of the time period I'm setting it in, there's also some King Arthur vibes in there. And I'm just really excited for all of them. So that is really it for this video. Like I said, it's pretty short, it's pretty to the point, but I wanted to jump on this bandwagon and share what I plan on working on. And that's be that. I don't really have any other plans as far as plotting goes, as I mentioned, but I'm definitely on board for tackling this satire novel. So with that being said, let me know down below if you guys are participating in NaNoWriMo. Let me know if you're a plotter, a pantser, or a plancer. And if you're a plotter, let me know if that's what you're doing for Preptober. And just, comment down below if any of my plans sound exciting to you. Okay, with that being said, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you then. Bye.